They never told you this, that the biggest shifts in your life wouldn't feel like explosions or fireworks. They would feel like a pause, a strange quiet, a moment where you wake up, look around, and something feels off. Not wrong, not broken, just expired. It's like your life is made of old code and suddenly you can feel it. The conversations, the habits, the places, all still here, but vibrating at a frequency you've already outgrown. And then deep inside, something whispers, it's time to jump. Not physically, not symbolically, quantumly. Most people think shifting timelines is a metaphor, a poetic way of saying, change your mindset. But what if it's not a metaphor at all? What if, like in quantum physics, it's a measurable, observable process? A change so precise, so immediate, that it doesn't happen step by step. It just happens. No bridge, no staircase, just relocation of self, like an electron disappearing from one orbit and reappearing in another without crossing the space in between. In physics, we call that a quantum leap, a discontinuous transition. And what if you, a vibrational being entangled with infinite probabilities, worked the same way? What if every time you felt the urge to let go, break free, or walk away, it wasn't just emotional restlessness, it was your field preparing to shift universes? Most people miss the jump. They rationalize, they wait, they analyze the cost of change while their soul has already moved on. The mind tries to catch up to a decision the heart already made, and that's why transformation feels chaotic. Because you're resisting a jump that's already begun. See, in the quantum field, change doesn't require explanation. It doesn't require logic. It only requires coherence, a signal from you, clear enough, strong enough, that the field has no choice but to match it. Understanding timelines. So what exactly is a timeline? In our everyday language, it's simple, a sequence of events, past, present, future. One line. But in physics, it's not that simple. The block universe. Imagine time not as a line, but as a loaf. Every moment, past, present, and future, already exists in this solid block of space-time. Your consciousness just moves through it, like a flashlight scanning the pages of a book. The pages aren't being created as you read them. They're already there. This is the block universe theory. And if it's true, then your future is not somewhere you're heading. It's somewhere you're tuning into. The many worlds interpretation? But here's where it gets even more mind-bending. In 1957, physicist Hugh Everett proposed the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. He suggested that every time a quantum event has more than one possible outcome, the universe splits. Not metaphorically. Literally, every possibility is realized. Each one becomes its own branch of reality. That means, right now, there are infinite versions of you living infinite variations of your life. One where you stayed in that relationship, one where you left, one where you never took that job, one where you moved across the world. And here's the kicker. These aren't just what-if stories in your head. They are physically real in parallel timelines. Branching metaphor, think of it like a massive tree. Your current life is just one branch. Every decision, every chance event, or is a fork that could send you climbing up a completely different part of the tree. And shifting timelines? That's climbing from one branch to another without climbing back down. The problem with the old model. Most of us have been taught that life is linear, and if you want to change course, you have to walk back, retrace your steps, and take a new road. But quantum physics suggests a different picture. You can shift directly and instantly to another branch, as long as you match the vibrational coordinates of that branch. This is where physics and personal transformation collide. Because if the many worlds interpretation is true, and every possible version of your life already exists, then you don't create a new timeline. You select one, not by force, not by hope, but by frequency. Quantum foundations. In quantum physics, there's something called superposition. Imagine this. A particle can exist in more than one place at the same time. It's not here or there. It's here and there. Until you measure it, the very act of observation, looking at the particle, forces it to choose a place. Before that moment, it's in all possible places simultaneously. This is where it gets mind-bending. Once we observe something, it collapses into a single point.